Welcome to another edition of the Alpha Geek Podcast. We are your hosts. I am Antoine Britt.
And I'm Taras Denisenko.
Please.
And,
Sorry.
and if you're new to our channel, please click like and subscribe. It really helps us out. A little, what do you always say? A little click for you is a big...
Yes, it means a lot for us. Big click for us. He beat me to it. But yes, please like and subscribe. Remember, we're on Apple Podcasts and Spotify as well. So, man, there's a lot of news.
Yes.
A lot of news.
Yeah.
And so let's touch on the easy stuff first, stuff that's kind of already been in the news rotation for a little while. Deadpool, Wolverine.
Yeah.
Full reviews, spoiler review. So if you haven't seen it, if you're the 7 people in the world that haven't seen it yet, go ahead and come back later on after you've watched it. But for most of us, we have, and I think we are at what, 400, and by the end of Sunday, we were at $440 million.
Mm-hmm. Is that reporting all territories? Do you know? Because I heard that not all territories have completely reported in.
Yeah, I don't think it's possible that they could have at that point, because everybody's numbers are, they're a prisoner of the system that they have to work with. So everybody's not going to be, it's not going to be super accurate.
Yeah.
By the end, all right, by 12 o'clock Sunday, what is it going to be?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't think anyone is going to argue, but at this point, that is this going to be $1 billion.
For sure.
Movie. Yeah.
For what I heard, it was like for the first opening weekend that it is the top grossing rated R movie ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
What does that say about what the fandom needed?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and I think that we've had such a drought with, when I say Marvel, but it's not just Marvel, it's DC too, but this type of IP, and these type of movies going into movie theaters, and even the ones that we did get weren't great.
Yeah.
And the fans kind of already knew they weren't going to be great, but we were so like hungry for this type of content that we still went out and watched it. Right?
Yeah.
We still, streamed it and all that. And so the fans needed this, and Disney and the fans needed it to be good.
Yeah.
Marvel needed it to be good, and it was good. From a rating standpoint, what do you think? If you 5 stars,
Oh, for me, I couldn't have asked for a better movie. I couldn't, knowing what Deadpool was going to be, it exceeded my expectations, actually, completely. So I give it 5 out of 5.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty high too. I think I give it a 4.2 because it wasn't perfect. The movie was not perfect, but it was fun. Yeah, it was really fucking fun, dude. Yeah. It was a great movie. And Ryan Reynolds, it just goes to show that when people are actually involved and care about the content, and they are put in charge of these movies, you can have something great. Yeah. You have something really good, like between Jackman and Sean Levy and Ryan Reynolds. They just made a great movie, man. Yeah. And the cameos. I mean, just the cameos.
Oh, the cameos. I had a moment with one of the cameos that I almost teared up.
Which one?
Wesley Snipes.
Yo, Snipes.
I was like, oh my God. I didn't know, like, I talked to somebody else about it and they already heard about it. So I'm glad I didn't. And so when he showed up, I was like, oh, same thing with Elektra. I was like, man.
Oh yeah, I did. Jennifer Garner looks fantastic. I mean, no surprise, but she looked amazing. And the type of the dunks that were happening, like the Easter eggs that were being thrown at the fans, like when Wesley Snipes like, I don't like you, and he was like, you never have. Because on Blade Trinity, it was reported that Wesley Snipes didn't like Ryan Reynolds on that. So that
I didn't know.
And then the whole Jennifer Garner's like, Daredevil's dead. You're like, it's okay. It's all right.
Yeah. And and they did all of that. They did all of those characters great. Like there wasn't a lot of making fun of them or comedy about them. He how he wrote them in. He respected their roles, and he gave them, what was it? He gave them the ending that they deserved.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really smart.
Yeah. I was really scared the opening credits when he, dug up Wolverine.
Oh, yeah.
But even that was done well based on the flashback that we got. At the beginning of the movie, showing like how he even got to that point where he was fighting all the TVA agents.
Oh, yeah.
So even that was done better than I was like, holy shit, they're gonna dig this dude up.
Yeah.
But even that was done well, man. It was a great movie. I thought it was a great movie. I thought it was more fun than good though, which at the end of the day is just fine.
Right. So what does that mean, fun versus good?
So when we talk about what we expect a good movie to be, you have great plot, third act delivers, the lead up is what you need it to be, and you like the movie from like a component standpoint is just done well. And while there were holes in the movie, as far as the multiverse stuff and what Wolverine belonged to who and where did he go and the timeline, like there were holes, but the movie was fun. And I think the entertainment value of the movie helped you kind of overlook some of the holes that it did have.
Yeah. So. Interesting. Because I've heard people say that there's no story in it. And I was like, for me, what I got out of it was Deadpool and all of the comedy behind it. But the Wolverine story I found fascinating.
Oh, like, yeah, 100%.
Dramatic. That was where the emotional content was for me.
Yeah.
So I was really happy with that.
And when you talk about like the characters being able to conclude their story, like if you just left the Wolverine character, the Hugh Jackman Wolverine character alone at this point, we would be just fine. The fans feel like there's like that door has closed sufficiently. But you have left it open to keep them around. Yeah. So, like he said, we're going to keep you around till you're 90. Like that's there's few, because bare minimum we got Secret Wars coming up.
Yep.
So bare minimum we have that. Which is still up for debate whether that is going to remain a Secret Wars movie.
Yeah.
Like I like the Avengers versus X-Men thing is being thrown around so hard, man.
Yeah.
And I would love to see that.
Yeah.
I would love to see recasting of those big characters or find a way to pull them from other universes and have them all in one movie.
Yeah. Before we move away from Deadpool, there's one thing I haven't seen a movie in the theater for a really long time. And Wendy was away for this weekend, the past opening weekend, so I went and saw it by myself. And I haven't been in a theater in a really long time. And to sit between two people, I had this young girl sitting next to me with her boyfriend and probably a couple more my age next to me on this end. And the energy and the vibe in the theater, it just, everyone was there enjoying this piece of content. And it was just great. And that feeling, so I want to thank Deadpool and Wolverine and Ryan Reynolds for doing that, for actually reinvigorating the theater experience and not just like streaming, So it's like, I remember last time a couple podcasts ago, I said, I don't know if there's any reason for theaters anymore. Oh. That was a moment that strangers got together and you just got that vibe. So that was cool about that too.
I think that's a great point. And I don't think we've gotten that since Endgame.
Yeah.
Because Spider-Man Homecoming came, Homecoming, was that the last one? No Way Home?
No Way Home, Homecoming, and...
No Way Home was the last one.
Okay.
And we didn't even get that in that movie. And while that movie was exciting, you had all the Spider-Man coming together. It was a great movie. We didn't have that almost like big game feel.
Yeah.
Like the sense. Yeah. Endgame, so... that was awesome. And we went on a Sunday, and usually when these movies come out, I'm there like a Friday night or Saturday night. I'm there because I don't want spoilers. I don't want to be spoiled for me. So, and Friday night is the night to go because everyone's dressing up. Like you have people from that the theater hired to come out in costumes. So it's just a cool vibe. And even on Sunday we were getting some of that. Like people still dressing up, wearing, just T-shirts. Some of them had the Wolverine popcorn thing. Like it was just a cool thing.
That's cool.
And I went to Cinema Cafe, so that means that they already saw the movie and they were seeing it again.
Yeah.
So
speaking of, what do you think the rewatch value of that is?
Oh, super rewatchable. Yeah. I know people personally who've seen it 3 times.
Wow. Yeah. I'm definitely going to see it at least 2 more times. One, I'm going to take Wendy one time, and then I think I'm going to go with one of our staff members. Because there's so much in there that I feel like I was just like, oh, I was laughing from the last moment and something else just happened. I was like, I missed that. What was that? And so, I don't know.
What was your favorite cameo? Was Wesley Snipes your favorite cameo?
Wesley was, yeah. But I got to say, there were, yeah.
Wesley Snipes.
Yeah.
I like the Chris Evans cameo.
Yeah, that's the one I was trying to think of. And when he said, he was like, "Flame on!" I was like, "Oh,
like, he's gonna say it," and then it's Flame on instead of Avengers Assemble. That was awesome. And then, did you stay for the post credits when he said all the things he said?
That's great.
And it's so weird because Human Torch, Johnny Storm, is kind of a D-bag, way more of a D-bag in comparison to Captain America,
right?
Obviously,
right.
And so, while when Deadpool was saying he said these things, it's like, sounds really far-fetched.
Right.
Like, this happened. You got that kid killed,
Yeah.
But then when you go back and he plays the video and you see him saying it, you're like, yeah, Johnny Storm would definitely say these shit.
And the way she offed him was crazy. I was like, oh.
Yeah. It was like, if you blink, you didn't see it.
Yeah. Did Jamie go see it with you?
She did.
And?
She did. She liked it.
Oh, okay.
She liked it. She's kind of like, she's a just casual fan of this stuff. She appreciates that it's a huge fandom behind it. So when she goes to see stuff like this, she enjoys it for what it is, but she didn't fall asleep. And 90% of the time she would. No, she enjoyed it. She likes Ryan Reynolds as an actor too. So
that's the thing I'd be curious about is if you're not a fan, you just go and see it. To do those numbers that they did at the box office, it can't be all the fans. Or if it is, then everyone that's talking about the loudest people are the minority. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. That's a good point.
Right.
That's a good point. But it just goes to show how many Marvel fans, and even if you don't consider yourself a fan, someone who's knowledgeable about what Marvel and these characters are, how many weren't going to the movies for Quantum Mania or whatever other movies did $200 million or whatever, and now they're coming out to play. That's cool. So that leads me to Marvel has some big titles coming out, and with Deadpool doing as well as it has done and looks like it's going to do you think that has put more pressure on Disney and Marvel to make sure that these next big titles do as well, or within reason?
Yeah. Well,
I mean, I don't see Captain America doing over $1 billion, but 800 million, 900 million is respectable. I mean, more than respectable is great, but do you see those titles? Captain America Thunderbolts are the immediate ones, and then we have the 2 Avengers movies. Do you see the Thunderbolts and Captain America doing like high numbers just off of the weight of how well Deadpool, like Disney's back, Marvel's back? Is this that?
I don't think so. I don't think it's gonna. I think for future projects it might, but I don't think the immediate ones. I feel like the current people that are running, like Kathleen Kennedy people, are still going to do what they're going to do, and they're going to be like, whatever. I don't know. I mean, it's I hope that they come out with good stuff, because it's like you got momentum.
Yeah.
Or is this a one-off? Is it just they're going to probably be like, oh, it's just I don't know. I don't know. You think it's going to change it?
Well, how soon do we get Cap? Is Cap at the beginning of the year, right? February, I believe.
I don't know the release date.
I believe February is the release date for Cap.
Okay.
And relatively speaking, it's pretty soon.
Yeah.
We won't get Deadpool Wolverine on streaming until November.
Yeah.
late October, early November. They might want to do something for Halloween to get it out there, but
did you see the preview of Captain America?
I did.
Did you dig it?
I did. I dug it just for the simple fact that this is gonna be Anthony Mackie's first Cap movie,
right?
And again, not to get political, I get social a little bit. It will be so cool to see like what Black Panther did.
Yeah.
Because Black Panther did huge, $1 billion box office. I would love to see another movie with a minority lead do well, and because I want to know that people aren't going to see a Captain America movie just because it's Chris Evans.
Right.
That would mean a lot to a lot of fans who identify with me, so I would love to see that happen. And I would love to see consistency out of Disney and Marvel. I don't want Ryan Reynolds to have to really put a stranglehold on a movie for it to be good.
Yeah.
I want to know that, all right, you're hearing the fans, you're listening to the fans, we're giving the fans what you want. And when we do that, you get a thing of beauty.
Yeah.
So I want it to do well. Thunderbolts, I don't know. I think that's going to be kind of maybe the weakest out of that 5-movie stretch. Mm-hmm. Just because Suicide Squad has been done.
Yeah.
And so, right, for you to take basically that same premise and Marvelize it, is it going to be successful? I hope it is.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I don't know. And truth be known, Captain America was never like a character that I was like, Captain America's making these movies. It wasn't, I don't know, maybe Chris Evans wasn't he was a great Captain America, but it's not like it was a character I was like, oh man, that's like, I feel for that one.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. Captain America Winter Soldier was the shit.
But the Winter Soldier was great. Like, I loved his character. I loved all of that. I don't know. I just feel like, maybe it's just Chris Evans. It wasn't the story. It was just Chris Evans was so, I don't know what the word is. Just flat.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know.
I feel like that's part of who Captain America is, though. He's like very buttoned up, very,
Yeah, like Clark Kent Superman. Yeah. Like very much like that. But Superman, going back to, oh my God, the original. Oh my goodness.
The original?
Not the original. Our latest Superman. Not Henry Cavill. Christopher Reeve.
Yeah.
Christopher Reeve was very conservative and very stiff. Stiff is the word I'm saying. Stiff.
Oh, yeah.
But I still liked him. And I don't know if Ryan Reynolds was like, not Ryan Reynolds, Chris Evans. Chris Evans was, I don't know. Did you ever watch the TV show? Oh, no, I can't think of the TV show. There's a character in... Anyway, it'll come to me. But that's all. So the whole story I was never really like attached to.
Yeah.
So
I think Chris Evans, Captain America, was exactly like, you have some incredible casting. RDJ as Iron Man. You got Tom Holland as Spider-Man. Those are, even though I think Andrew Garfield's a better Spider-Man, but that's just me.
Oh, really?
That's just me. Chris Evans as Captain America, especially like as Disney, as Marvel, to have a actor play a very particular role and do great at it, even though we can say that those two Fantastic Four movies weren't the best movies, we can say from a casting standpoint, spot on. Right. And to take that same actor and say, we want to cast you in a character that is totally 180 from what you're used to play and what we are used to seeing you play, and do so well. It just, it speaks to how good of an actor he is, or bare minimum speaks to how good he was in that role, or he, was for that role. So, and with the Anthony Mackie coming in and kind of taking over the reins. This is like uncharted territory. Like, there's not a lot. There's a good amount of content with, you know, Falcon and, you know, Sam Wilson, Captain America, but it's not a whole lot.
Right.
And so it does give you a little bit of liberty to go in and say, okay, how can I make this mine? You know, in comparison to Captain America, it was like you Chris Evans couldn't fuck that up. He had to be like straight as an arrow. Yeah, I will say Falcon
Winter Soldier, I really enjoyed that. So I could see Anthony Mackie being Captain America. Like, I feel like he's probably going to be maybe even a better actor for it. Maybe because maybe he's a little looser. He's got a little more, and maybe that's his. Like, sometimes you just want to see the human side where maybe Chris Evans, he needed to be just this stiff, like just this soldier that is one thing. Yeah. And it just has to be this perceived all good thing.
Yeah. Which is weird you say that, because out of all the Disney streaming shows, people like Captain America Winter Soldier the least because of that. They said it was too street level, so too much of the human side. And people didn't like it in comparison, like the WandaVisions. And, you know, I liked all the streaming Disney shows, but Cap Winter Soldier was my favorite. Well, second. WandaVision was my favorite.
WandaVision was awesome.
It was great, man. I mean, Loki wasn't even my favorite. You know, Loki was good and for what it was, but just my personal opinion was, you know, WandaVision was the best. But sure. I think it just that show, Cap Winter Soldier, just got a bad, for some reason. Maybe it was when it was released, and there was a lot of other, like Mandalorian came out around the same time. There was so much content to watch. I don't know why that one fell in the cracks. I thought it was fucking great.
Yeah, great character development. I don't know. I liked it. Speaking of Loki, and they used the TVA in Deadpool, were you disappointed, or did you not care that there was no cameo of Loki?
No, I didn't. I don't expect to see, now that he's like the time god or whatever, I don't really expect to see a whole lot of Loki. It does it does make him available for movies that are a little bit more high stakes, like Avengers, Secret Wars, like something like that. I can see him. What did you think of the whole like anchor being thing? Like every universe has an anchor being, and if that anchor being dies, your universe will slowly die off.
Yeah, I mean, it was an interesting concept. I think it was. I think it was a little. What's the word? There's a word for it. I mean, I thought it was a cool concept.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of thought it was kind of cheesy, dude. Yeah. I think that's the one thing. And while I get how and why they did it in order to create stakes where there might not be any, so that I get. But just the idea that one being is going to affect an entire universe of people. Yeah. Like if that person dies.
Yeah, maybe, like, I think it was a cool concept for what they were trying to get and try to force the TVA through and explain all that, I guess. So I saw it cool that way, but on a human level, I thought it was a bit self-indulgent.
Yeah, right. Like I thought, like Disney's like phoning some of this shit in. Marvel they're phoning some of this shit in, dude. Like how can we make it? Yeah. Why would Deadpool be even going to the ball? Like, it was kind of weird. Tom Weingans did a great job, though. A lot of people didn't like. He played the head of the TVA, the bad guy. Yeah. He was Tom Weingans in Succession. Yeah. But I like, a lot of people kind of shit on his performance. I thought it was good. Huh. You know, I think they could have done a lot more with what's the woman? Bald head, Professor X twin sister. Yeah. I think they could have done a lot more with her. Yeah. How did she even get to the
wasteland? The wasteland.
Yeah.
I'll say her character and the fingers going through the body. And,
that was, dude. That was cool as shit.
That freaked me out.
That was cool as shit. That was the one. That was the one thing that I did appreciate. And when she did it to that Tom, TVA guy, and he just like kind of like just lingered there and just. Oof. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
She was an awesome character, an awesome actress. Like that was awesome.
Yeah, she did. She did cool. Good. And that character in the comic books is definitely more of a kind of wild card sociopath.
Yeah.
You know, so I would have liked to see a little bit more of that. But I understand you do have a story to tell.
Yeah.
And it's not, you know, her movie. It's, but.
Going to, I just watched Pedro Pascal and him talking about the Fantastic Four.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see anything about that?
Yeah, they so from what I understand, it is going to be a period piece, going to be set in the 60s, which is going to help them explain a lot about where the hell they were during, you know, the snap and everything. So that's cool.
Did you? So the interview I saw is Pedro Pascal says that he's like, I'm so proud of this project because we're going to be following the comics, the original IP. We're going to be following it exactly the way it is. So I was like, are you saying that because all the
Disney snipers are? Don't say no crazy. Don't say no crazy, Pedro. Yeah, I mean, but I like he has what 3 different jobs with Disney now. He's the Mandalorian. He's in this, and he's in something else.
I don't know.
Oh no, that's a Corona commercial. He's the Corona guy now.
Oh, he is.
He is the Corona guy now. Dude. He's killing it. Mr. It Man.
What's the zombie show that he's in?
The Last of Us.
The Last of Us.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's coming back out.
Yeah, they got a second season of that coming. Okay. Yeah. So
he's got a lot, man. He's like the most wanted. Did you watch? Speaking of Pedro Pascal, did you watch him in the Nicolas Cage movie where Pedro Pascal is like a crazy fan of Nicolas Cage? It's on Netflix.
Oh yeah,
it's hilarious.
It is. It's like has a super long title too. Jamie watched it. I walked in on her watching it, and I like looked at the screen for like 2 or 3 minutes. Like, I can't watch this shit. So she said the same thing. She said it wasn't that good, but it was funny.
Yeah, I mean Pedro. Like, I'm not a huge Nicolas Cage fan. He's just. I mean, it's Nicolas Cage.
Love some Nick Cage.
Really?
Dude. Yeah.
But you didn't watch that?
Cage. Yeah, but I like good movies too. Well, everybody has a dog, right?
Yeah.
You know, everybody makes something that doesn't do well.
Did you like him as Ghost Rider?
I like Ghost Rider.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you try to make that movie today, hell no. But there was really nothing else.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't know what Marvel was capable of when they made that movie.
Yeah.
So
well, I don't know. Just he's done a lot of movies. I've been like his movies that made him Nicolas Cage. Like, I loved the Treasure movies.
National Treasure. Gone in 60 Seconds.
All that stuff. But I don't know, his latest projects, he's like the hardest working actor in Hollywood, and he's just doing whatever to get paid. So
he's like
a lot of garbage.
It's quantity, not quality right now. That movie Rumsfell, did you see that? The vampire movie?
Not yet, no.
That one was actually pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know. He's just not picking his project that well.
No.
But he is playing Spider-Man Noir. Did you hear about that?
No.
Yeah, he's playing Amazon Prime is putting a Spider-Man Noir limited series out, and he's going to play Noir like in the Spider-Verse movies.
Yeah.
So.
I'm not a Nicolas Cage hater. I just seen a lot of movies. I was just like, ooh,
overact much.
Yeah.
I think that's part of his appeal, though. You know.
RDJ.
Yeah. Speaking of phoning it in.
Yeah. So is that a strategic? So the Kang Dynasty is done and over with, and how do you feel about that? And then them picking up RDJ.
First of all, I think you're going to get a good movie because it's RDJ.
Yep.
Do I think it's lazy? Yes.
Yeah.
Do I think that they are pandering to what they think the fans want? 100%. Do they want a safe choice? 100%.
Mm-hmm.
And, they're going to get that.
Yep.
But is it the best casting? Hell no.
No. Yeah.
Hell no. Now, oh man, dude, I hate because the internet is divided almost down the middle here because people appreciate, all right, Robert Downey Jr. is the one that raised, no pun intended, raised Marvel from the ashes, and he is the foundation of what Marvel Cinematics, the MCU is. Yep. We get it. We understand. That doesn't mean he can play every role, dude. You can't have him playing everything just because you know it's going to make money. Yep. I think there's a lot more actors that would have been more suitable to play Doom. Somebody that you could create, somebody who is as popular at this phase of their career as he was in his phase of his career during Iron Man 1.
Yeah.
And you can make someone new. You can give that buzz to somebody new. And I just think they kind of missed an opportunity there.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I agree with you. I don't when they did the reveal, I will say I was like, "Oh, that's cool." And then at the same time I was like, but wait a second.
Yeah. Like the internet went off, man.
Yeah.
The internet went off. And even did you see the hall? Did you see when he unmasked?
Yeah.
Dude, that room went crazy.
Yep.
Went crazy. So, you know, people are going to go see it.
Yeah.
It's going to do great numbers. But, you know,
yeah.
I just think it's like a lazy move to get what you need out of the box office.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Man, did you hear what he's getting?
We were talking about it earlier, and I think it's worth mentioning.
Man, my man is getting $80 million per movie.
Mm-hmm.
On top of that, he has an entire trailer, and like multiple trailers enclosures that's just gonna be his area, whatever he needs to do. This is his food trailer. This is his this workout trailer, maybe. You know, he has that private jets from the set to wherever he needs to go. $80 million per movie.
Like that bro needs any more money, right? That's good motivation, I guess, to put out something good.
$500 million man.
Yeah.
He's made $500 million from the MCU. Man. Eat.
Is he worth every penny?
Oh, man. Well, you look at the numbers that he does, and now he is like, he has an Emmy.
Yeah.
Now, so, you know, you get a premium for that.
You know who wouldn't get that? Nicolas Cage.
Nick Cage. Stop shitting on Nick Cage, dude. But if you have now, is this opening the door for you to bring in like Chris Evans comes back? You know, Cap, because we still don't know where Cap is right now. Old man Cap, where the fuck is he?
Yeah,
he just, you know,
he's
old.
He's just
at
old
the game, and you know, he just died.
Yeah. Deadpool tried to dig him up. Use his skeleton.
You could have done something cool with that too. Where's old man Cap?
Yeah,
man.
There was somebody was posting about how many actors played Batman and Spider-Man and Superman, and they were just saying, and this is, I think, all Marvel people, like, there's only going to be one Wolverine. There's only one character. Like, even seeing the when they are doing all the different versions of Wolverine, I was like, Henry Cavill, like, but it's always going to be Hugh Jackman, and like Deadpool will always be Ryan Reynolds. And if you try to recast those, and it's like recasting an iconic character like Iron Man with the same actor to do Doom, I'm like, I don't know. How are you going to spin that?
Well, I mean, people say that about Tobey Maguire, you know, and I don't know if Andrew Garfield was the answer, but Tom Holland seems to be.
Well, that's what I'm saying, is like those characters seems to be easily cast because that was like just the thing they always did. Same thing with Batman. So it's like Wesley Snipes played Blade. Like Blade, I don't know. I would love to see Wesley Snipes reprise his role as Blade.
He's too old.
But he's too. I know he's too old. But
Day Walker can't be.
Yeah.
Need a Walker. Day Walker shouldn't have to need a Walker.
But is there a thing where once an actor plays a character, recasting him as doing other things? Like it worked for Chris Evans, you know. But does it always work to do this one character and then all of a sudden he plays an iconic character like Tom Holland? If he tries to play another superhero, will that go over well, or is he always, should we keep him with Spider-Man? I don't know.
Well, I mean, in a perfect world, you would think that, okay, this is the character we know this, we're familiar with this guy, let's keep him there. But we don't make movies either.
Yeah.
And so if you can trick the fans into believing it, that's what it's all about.
Right.
You just make the people believe it. Just like Jason Momoa. Now he was Aquaman. Now he's going to be Lobo. So,
Yeah.
we'll see. And I think that is a way better casting.
Way better.
For him than Aquaman. I never liked him as Aquaman.
No.
Yeah, so.
And especially after that last one, I was like, man, this movie they could just shelf that.
Yeah.
It just doesn't need to be revisited.
And get the insurance money. We don't even. It doesn't need to see the light of day. Yeah. I think it does set a precedent for like with the whole RDJ thing. I think it is going to set a precedent that we will, as long as you give us what we want. If you listen to the fans and do what the fans tell you, we're gonna spend our money and we're gonna come out. If like that loyalty to the fandom is gonna go a long way. And because again, like we talked about, Marvel, Disney have been in a drought. We haven't had large box offices, and at one time Marvel was eating like everything they put out. 800 million, 900 million, a billion, and then for that to all go away now, what I think they wanted to happen is when Infinity War and Endgame ended, we said farewell to all these great characters, that the fans were going to stick around to see what Marvel did next, and Marvel didn't do shit.
Yeah.
They did nothing. So, and the fans let them know it. So how do you recapture that fan? You go back to what works.
Yeah, exactly.
You go back to what works. Yeah. Give them, and again, I think it's kind of lazy with RDJ, but
But how long did they spend making these missteps and trying to, like, how many years has it been since anything good has come out? And have they lost that fandom? And that's the kind of question you posed earlier with the Deadpool Wolverine, is like, what will these new projects really bring back out? I don't know.
Yeah. I don't think they've lost the fandom, obviously, because they showed up for that movie. But also, can Marvel recreate what Ryan Reynolds did? Because let's be real, that wasn't, while it was an MCU movie, that wasn't a Marvel movie. That was a Ryan Reynolds movie. He had his hands in every aspect of that movie, from all the marketing, from everything, like to promote the movie, to get the movie out, everything that ended up on the editing room floor, everything that we ended up seeing. Ryan Reynolds had his hands on all of it. Can Disney do that now with the Russo brothers? We know that, from what they've given us, proof is in the pudding.
Yeah. Yeah, Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, their press tour, they were everywhere pushing it.
Everywhere. Dude. I've never seen Ryan Reynolds push a movie that much. Never.
And you could tell that was a project of passion. Watching interviews now, him talking about his original. When Fox when he first showed up as Deadpool, that was in Wolverine, and he was like, this isn't Deadpool, and it was so bad that they didn't have any lines written. So when they were in that elevator going up to that room, he was just ad-libbing stuff, and they were just trying to see
really.
And that's when, I guess, when Hugh Jackman and he first started like becoming friends, because he was so freaked out. That was like one of his first big breakout roles, and Hugh Jackman was like, did you like what you did? And he was like, no, not really, I didn't feel it. But he was like, Hugh Jackman said, let's do it again. And so I mean, that's cool. But yeah, I mean, the press tour, like, it wasn't MCU, just like you said.
Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. Now that we've both had the opportunity to see Cobra Kai, I finished this half of this season. What do you think? What do you think?
Well, I loved it. I thought it was not the best thing that they've had. I mean, it's like, but I think it was a good. It was great to see Johnny back. It was great to see Danielson back, and Chosen is hilarious.
Chosen is funny. He's like the sleeper of the season.
Yeah.
Why don't they just called the cops on John Kreese. The dude's an escaped convict. Like, hey, I know where he is.
Yeah. That was, I mean, his character is, that is completely unbelievable and completely like, Wendy's like, that would never happen. I'm like, I know. I don't think they're not really going after that, but.
Yeah, and this dude's all the way in where Japan or
they're in Spain.
Yeah, they're in Spain. This dude, this is an escaped convict. Is all the way in Spain.
Yeah, Barcelona. That's it. Yeah,
coaching a karate tournament. Like, what the fuck?
Showing up. I do like the Cobra Kai, the evil Cobra Kai actors. Like they look like legit martial artists.
Yeah, like they'll beat somebody's ass.
Yeah.
The second half of the season, but this is it. So it's going to have to be a great conclusion. They're going to have to cram a lot in the 5 episodes.
I thought a couple things they did was really smart. Is like when Danielson was coaching his daughter, and he's like, "Listen, I had to fight Johnny in 6 weeks, like 6 weeks of training." So it was kind of funny how they tied in a couple things from the original movie. It's been a couple weeks now since I've seen it, but did you like it? Was it?
I liked it. I dug it. I thought it was the final fight between Danielson's daughter and I forgot the female actress. Man, that I almost felt like I was scared she was going to hurt her. You know, like I had anxiety watching that fight scene, and just the pain that comes along with something like that, and then Johnny Lawrence, like, you know, when, you know, my dad did whatever he did, you know, it would have took, you know, it would have meant the world to me to be able to go in there and fight, you know, and kind of be able to express myself in that way. And, but, you know, also understand the other side of it is like, you're going to fucking hurt somebody, you know? So I get that too, but it was just well done. That scene was just really well done. The show as a whole is well done. And man, Netflix is doing a great job of just reasserting, like Friends. Is Friends like the number 3 highest rated show right now?
Oh, is it really?
Yes, Friends.
Tori, that's the character's name.
Yeah,
Tori. Well, Tori's like her story. I feel like that's probably what she's going to be the main kind of part of the story. Because when her mom, that scene when her mom passed away, and that I was like, oh. That's like, that's deep.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it was rough, man. I'm like, great acting.
Yeah, great acting.
Yeah.
But was that enough to have her all of a sudden go to Cobra Kai and then show up in Barcelona all of a sudden out of nowhere? I'm like, whoa, what the heck?
Yeah, dude. Weird. Like, how did you get to Barcelona? How'd you get here before us? Like, we don't. Your mom just died, right? Yeah. There's no funeral.
Just there we are. Okay.
Yeah. So.
When she wanted, also that one scene where she was almost about to beat up the doctor when the doctor told the news. She just was like, whoa.
Yeah, that was actually because I can understand how, especially a kid that age who hasn't no hold on their emotions at that time would fly off the handle if that happened to him. So. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's just the show is just well done. Yeah, it's well done. Some of it is far fetched, but it's Karate Kid. I mean, all of it is far fetched. Like Bruce Banner said, even it's all fake, is all bullshit, or none of it is. Yeah. So
did you like what they were doing with and this is kind of where we left off last time, where they're taking Miyagi?
Yeah. Well, for the sake of the original movies, I don't like it so much because you know that dude, you know, he was the Karate Kid, you know, or that movie is him, you know, and then when they when he passed, Pat Morita passed away 10 years, 15 years ago, something like that. I think they should kind of lay a lot, but I think they're going to have a strong finish. Yeah. It's going to be one of those things to where he was like, he had to do it, or his brother got it, whatever. Yeah. You know, they're going to.
Because like Daniel LaRusso's now character is just this whiny kind of like, oh, I can't believe Mr. Miyagi, there's something bad with him. And it's like he can't let that go. And I was like, I think it's cool when they went to the boxing place and, if he had a boxing history, I was like, oh, are they going to take it in this direction where it's going to be like, he's got to fight a boxer now. Yeah. I don't know.
Which would have been cool.
Would have been cool, right?
But that actor who ran a boxing gym is he's from the Righteous Gemstones. You ever seen the Righteous Gemstones? Man, you gotta watch this show. He plays like a dominatrix type character. He's like an ex-devil worshiper that now is like in the church.
Oh, really?
He's hilarious.
Oh my god! Because I have never seen it before, and I was like trying to find his name where he was, but like Brooks, is it Bo Mitchell?
Is it Bo Mitchell?
I don't know.
Yeah, that dude's funny.
But it was yeah, I was like, he doesn't look like he really runs a boxing gym.
Yeah, that he's hilarious in the Righteous Gemstones. Man, so a lot of news, a lot of stuff coming up. Yeah, and we have some streaming shows coming out. The Boys finished up, and they're gonna ramp up for this last season, and who knows what to expect out of that. I have been hearing a lot about Those Who Are About to Die on Peacock. It's like a gladiator based in ancient gladiator times, Roman times. Been hearing a lot about that. So doing a second season of Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Okay. So like the streaming wars are in full effect, man. There's a lot.
I'm excited. I think in the next week or so, at the end of next month, Umbrella Academy.
Yes.
Excited about that.
Yes. Final season of that too.
Final season. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. I wonder how they're going to finish that one off. Man, there's
and
so much.
Umbrella Academy, the actress, I don't remember her name, but she's a local from Norfolk.
Which one?
Oh, she is the black actress.
Oh, she's from Norfolk?
She's from Norfolk, yeah.
Wow, really?
Yeah. Yeah. And I think she went to governor school, if I'm correct.
Oh,
so yeah, she's
she ain't from Norfolk.
She's adopted. She's
modified version of the Norfolk. She's from Norfolk. She's not from Norfolk.
Exactly. Yeah. But she was in The Beekeeper.
Oh yeah, the daughter.
Yeah.
That
was so. Anyway, I thought she played a great role in the Umbrella Academy.
Yeah, she was good.
Yeah,
man. Any closing thoughts? Anything we want to tell the fans to look out for?
Well, I just picked up a bow. I'm going to become an archer.
I saw that, dude. I saw that. I was like, is this who hacked Taras's IG?
Yeah, I know. So while Wendy was gone, I don't know, for all of you married gentlemen, when your wife goes out of town,
you buy weapons.
So I went to Freedom Shooting Center. I picked up myself a compound bow, and actually Wendy's interested in doing it. So that's going to be my next thing I'm going to try to learn how to do.
How many pounds?
But the pull weight right now is at 53.
53.
Yeah, just so I can kind of get used to it. I think I could pull heavier than that pretty easily. But the guy that helped me out with it, he was like, can you pull like 15, 16 times without getting fatigued? And he's like, you want to develop your consistency. So and that was a really great recommendation. And for those of you, if you're local and if you're into bows or guns or whatever, Freedom Shooting Center, they hooked me up. They was the guy at the bow center. I think his name is Matthew. Great dude, experienced, a hunter. Check him out.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Nice. Yeah. They're awesome over there. Freedom. Yeah. I've got a couple pieces over there. Actually, there I consigned. I have a old Russian rifle from some war.
Wow.
That they're consigning for me now.
Okay.
So see, it's
cool.
I need to check on that. But,
cool.
Yeah. Awesome outfit.
Cool. What's up on your end of the?
Man, cookie game is crazy right now. We are open, so we have our brick and mortar, Lynn Haven Parkway. Second one, we're starting to build it out. We're going to be at Farmhouse Brewery Thursday through Saturday. I have a old school Airstream.
Yeah. And
I'm building it out. I'm going to make a gourmet cookie and snack shop.
That's cool.
So we're looking forward to that. And so second week of September is kind of where we're looking to open up, but I'll keep everyone posted.
Nice.
But if you're not in the area, you can order at juggernautcookies.com. We change the menu every week. Fantastic cookies. Man, we did that. You missed it yesterday, but we did that ube cream cookie. Good God,
Dude,
man.
Everything ube is like freaking good.
Oh my God, it was so good. A sugar cookie with ube buttercream, with shaved white chocolate and sea salt, bro. That thing was phenomenal. Like there was a line out the door. People who had no interest in that cookie heard other people talking about it.
Yeah.
Now they want that cookie.
Yeah,
you know? Yeah. It was. I'm very proud of that.
Brah, you didn't bring me one.
I didn't. We sold out of that one.
Yeah,
we sold out.
Yeah.
But I bought you something.
I know. We got. I should go grab one and show them the camera. But it looks good.
Yeah, I bought him a Mikey G. Mikey G is a sugar cookie with sprinkles and a donut glaze. Yeah.
Sounds
as you can see, my man doesn't eat many cookies, but you know, every now you gotta treat yourself every now and then.
Yeah. But if also just to plug my studio, just in case, because if like who says it? I heard this one guy say, "There's only one person that can promote your business, and that's." That's you. So anyway, if you are in the Virginia Beach, Hampton Roads area and you want to learn ballroom dancing, Antwaine here did it with us.
Yes.
Visit us at cutterrug.net. We're the Arthur Murray Dance Studio of Virginia Beach, Virginia, located right on Virginia Beach Boulevard, right near Rosemont. For those of you who go up and down Virginia Beach Boulevard, we're in a 2-story brick building, glass. You see people dancing in the windows. We specialize in salsa, bachata, merengue, anything that's partner dancing. So come check us out.
Yeah, bachata. Man. Yeah, you might be, you never know. You might be another Dancing with the Stars champion like yours truly.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Dude, that's coming up, by the way.
Yeah, I know. Do you have anybody?
I do. I have Stella Waltz. She and her husband, Jesse, own JES Foundation.
Oh, nice.
She's a wonderful, wonderful woman. They're really great people. And she's actually the second time I'm dancing with her. The first time we danced, she won. So we're going for 2.
Going for go. Oh, man. All right. Yeah. Hell yeah. Well, they make champions here at Arthur Murray. I don't know if there's any like dancing gang wars out there, like get shanked in the backstage. But Arthur Murray definitely. Would you venture to say you have the most champs?
I would.
He's so modest.
I don't know. We got him a lot of mirror ball trophies in the ballroom. So but we've had some really, really very famous people for the Hampton Roads. We had Chantel Ray as one of our contestants. Of course, Stella. Obviously, this guy.
I'm modest too.
Yeah. But I will say you were the first person that we had that was actually famous, like on television. Famous.
Oh yeah. I mean, infamous maybe.
Infamous, yeah. But yeah, cool.
Guys, we appreciate you tuning in again. Remember, like, subscribe. We are on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and also on Instagram. Check out the Instagram page. Everything that we got leading up to episodes, side content, we put it on the Instagram channel or Instagram page. So check that out too.
Sweet. Till next time.
Peace.
Peace.